And joining us today from Washington, D.C. is Joan Claybrook, who's the former head of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, which is the department which has come under fire for its role in these Toyota recalls as well. And Joan, thank you so much for sharing your time on your Tuesday evening. So let's talk about bringing in NASA. I mean, why do you think bringing in NASA is an important breakthrough? Does it really take rocket scientists here just to figure out these Toyota acceleration problems?
Well, first of all, the Department of Transportation in Washington does not have a lot of electronic expertise. And to me, the big breakthrough here is that the last big report this agency did 20 years ago on sudden unintended acceleration blamed the driver. It was all the driver's fault. And I think in large part because they just didn't have the capacity to do the kind of analysis that's necessary in the electronic area. So they're bringing in 9 NASA experts into the Department of Transportation to help them investigate, analyze, and assess the deficiencies in the design of the Toyota vehicles and why sudden acceleration is occurring. On the 5 million vehicles that Toyota recalled last fall, where the accelerator slams to the floor and the car takes off like a rocket, Toyota has blamed the floor mat. But there have been a number of examples where these vehicles have had this problem and there has been no floor mat in the vehicle. So it's clearly an electronic issue, and we're very pleased that the Department of Transportation has acknowledged this now.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Joan. I mean, what's NASA and the National Academy of Sciences going to do in terms of its investigation, which is different from what NHTSA has done from the Department of Transportation? What exactly are they going to do here compared to other vehicles, possibly?
Well, no. Well, there are 2 different investigations going on. One is having NASA come in and look at just Toyota, helping the Department of Transportation analyze the design deficiencies of the Toyota systems that allow this sudden acceleration to occur, and possibly to require some kind of a defect recall that is in addition to what they've done on the floor mats, because no one believes that the floor mats are the total problem. Separate from that, the National Academy of Sciences has been asked by Secretary Ray LaHood, the Secretary of Transportation here, to do a year-long study of sudden unintended acceleration in all vehicles, and possibly with the outcome that this panel of experts will recommend a standard for electronic controls, and also for making sure that they're independent, redundant systems in these vehicles. A lot of cars, including Toyota, do not have independent redundant systems. And so they don't have a failure-proof system, if you would. And so they're going to look at electronics overall, whether there should be a standard on safety for electronics in cars, as there are in airplanes and railroads and so on, but not in cars yet.
Now, Joan, you seem pretty convinced that it's Toyota's electronic system which is at fault here. I mean, there's some sort of error in designing this. But, you know, we just had an unveiling of Toyota's new quality control team. What do you think about this new process that Toyota is taking? Can't they solve it themselves?
Well, I wish they could, and I wish they had. The president of Toyota testified under oath in the United States Congress that this was not an electronic problem, and that has not been believed by most people, particularly here who are quite skilled and knowledgeable about problems with cars and defect recalls and so on. So I think that it's wonderful that Toyota is doing more in the quality control area, and I agree with the chairman that safety and quality are what sells cars. And I think that's why they've had so many problems recently, and they've had to give these huge discounts and no-interest loans and so on, is because they're trying to get people to buy a product that people don't trust. And so quality control is one issue, but the design is a separate issue. And I don't know whether they're also looking at Toyota at their electronic designs. That hopefully is what the Department of Transportation and the NASA experts are going to do here, is to look at the deficiencies in those electronic designs. And they'll probably do that as well at the National Academy of Sciences for other motor vehicles. But for the Toyota ones that are running away and scaring people to death, I think that it's really important that they have the NASA expertise behind them.
Okay, Joan, nice talking to you today. So they're bringing in the rocket scientists then to investigate the Toyota problems. Joan Claybrook, a former NHTSA administrator.